Hi, I'm Devin Miles. No, this isn't a video about basketball, but I did think of a great way to demonstrate what I'm about to show you using a basketball. Check this out. Okay now, what if I told you that every time this ball hit the ground and every time it touched my hand, I made between $250 and $300? Sounds good, right? In fact, to the average person sitting at home watching this video, I'll bet that sounds a bit too good to be true. But guess what? There are, at this very moment, thousands of people doing exactly that with great success. So now you're thinking, oh heck, I'm going to run this court up and down all day long and bounce this thing until my fingers bleed. Am I right? Just imagine, if I get 20 bounces in a row, that's between $5,000 and $6,000. And that's what I make in a day. And that's what you can make in a day. But don't worry if you're not too athletic. I'm not going to expect everybody to run up and down chasing a basketball. Now, yes, I know this may sound like hype, but do yourselves a favor and keep watching, because what I'm about to show you has never been seen before. Guaranteed. I repeat, this has never been seen before. But I'm not just going to show you. I'm also going to prove it with facts that you can look up and confirm for yourself, so you don't have to take my word for it. My team and I have developed a system, well, a piece of software that actually bounces something very unique hundreds of times a day. Just like this basketball was bouncing up and down, it's the same thing here. Up and down, all day, all night. Okay, let's get off this court and into some business. Hi there. Now, before we get started, I just wanted to be sure that you understand that we're not going to be selling you anything here today. Make a note of that. We're not selling anything here. I'm going to be giving you the software today for absolutely nothing. I'll tell you why a little while later, but trust me, there's no catch here. What we're going to be sharing with you, we're sharing for a very specific reason. Now, I'm sure you may be wondering why, but all I'm going to say for now is that it is definitely not what you think. So, welcome to the future, where you don't have to break your back every day to make money. We've already made hundreds of people just like you, hundreds of thousands of dollars. We've been at this for a while. Okay, let's get started so I can tell you a bit more about my company and how we developed our automatic up and down cash producing software. A few years ago, immediately after earning my degree in economics, I joined with a few close friends and started what is commonly referred to as a think tank. This is exactly what the name suggests. Our business is to do the thinking for other businesses, and we're very good at it. Let me give you an example. Let's say that a big software company wants to know what the next major smartphone app will be. Our team would do the research and see what most of the world's smartphone owners were doing with their devices. So we would look at everything, the different categories, gaming, weather, productivity, etc. Which country was using more of what, where they were from, what their age groups were, everything. We even check what other companies, direct and indirect competitors, were doing. Then, based on that information, we would be able to see where the next big market will be, where the money is, just by looking at where the patterns were leading. Once we knew where the trend was heading, we would sell the idea and they would create the right smartphone app. We were doing a pretty good job at this, and we got a lot of business from a lot of different companies. In fact, I can tell you that we're responsible for quite a few very successful companies reaching the heights they have. For example, one app was created after we spotted a trend for connecting potential patients with doctors via a very friendly health-based social network. But here's the thing. When we started our company, our goal was to create products that enrich the lives of everybody. We wanted to change the world. After a few years of working in the corporate sector, we realized that we'd lost sight of that goal somewhere along the way. We did so many jobs for people in the corporate sector, and they bought our ideas to make products, to sell to people, to enrich their lives. But ultimately, who was really benefiting? We were just making wealthy people even wealthier. We decided then and there to shift our focus. We had to make something that benefited everyone. And what's one of the main things that everyone needs more of? You guessed it, money. Everywhere you go, everything you do, it all costs money. Your food costs money, your car costs money, your fuel, your rent, your clothes, your cellular phone, water, electricity, land, everything in our lives is built around getting it and then spending it. Money is what makes the world turn. About the only thing someone can't charge us for these days is air and sunshine. But you need money for everything else. So, here's what we did next. We took a contract from a bank, just so we'd have someone to fund our research. And we set about building software that automatically traded the stock market, the foreign exchange market, the commodities market. Basically, if there was something to trade, we traded it. It's pretty much using money to make more money. We developed some of the best risk, trend, and pattern recognition software ever used by hedge funds at some of the world's leading banks. Remember, this is our job. This is what we do best. To find out what works, to find out where the opportunity is. Now, I won't go into detail because I could spend hours on this if I did, but how do you find opportunity in a trading world? You know, trading stocks, forex, options, binary options, etc. Well, one of the main methods is by meticulously studying every price trend, pattern, anomalies, etc. for the last 3 to 4 years. That's a lot of work. At times it's like finding a needle in the haystack. Anyway, we took all the charts for as many years as we could go back. We took all of that information and wrote a piece of software able to find and isolate patterns on the charts. They're the kind of small details that a human being viewing a chart would never be able to see. That's the important thing for you to understand. It all comes down to small details, ones almost impossible for the human eye to see. Let's go over an example, because it's very important to me that you understand this. This video is not just to prove that you can start making a lot of money very soon. More importantly, it's so you understand why what we designed works and how it works. So, this is quite simple to grasp. You just need to pay attention. Here's one example. Suppose you looked at the binary option chart of the euro-US dollar for the last 200 trading days, each day individually, and you notice that between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. GMT, every time price moved up by 50 points and then immediately down by 10 points. And this happened within 20 minutes. The chances of price continuing to move up are 95%. How do you know the chances are 95%? Simple, because if you found that exact same pattern, say 100 times, and of the 100 times price went up 95 times, then you'd know you had a very profitable pattern. So, armed with that information, would you place a binary options call trade every time you saw that pattern? You bet you would. With a 95% chance of the market going up and you making money in the process, who wouldn't? That's just a small example to illustrate how pattern recognition works in terms of trading. In reality, you wouldn't be doing all this. The software would be doing it, automatically. I just wanted you to understand what I was talking about. Guys, this is simply the foundation of what's underneath Channel Ranger. Now, that's what our job is all about. Making things like this, solving problems like this, figuring out what works and what doesn't. And here's where the truly exciting stuff begins. When we discovered the emerging popularity of the binary options market, and when we discovered how it worked, just having to pick up or down, call or put, and how even the average guy on the street could make money here, then we knew we'd finally found what we'd been looking for. We found the perfect environment to implement all our pattern recognition know-how. Why is it the perfect environment? Because, unlike in stocks, forex, etc., you only have to be right by one single point to make money. You still had to nail the direction, but only by one single point. With stocks, forex, and commodities, we had to shoot for 100, 200, or even 300 points to make things worthwhile. But when you combine this kind of trading with very accurate pattern recognition, only one thing comes out of it. Money. Lots. So that's the concept behind Channel Ranger. Finding a certain pattern, which we'll get to now, the most profitable one. Just like that bouncing ball up and down, this pattern acts in exactly the same way. And the software that we've created is so simple to use, it's actually easier than bouncing that ball. So what am I talking about here? Well, short-term binary options. 60-second, 5-minute and 15-minute binary options. If you don't know what these are, a 5-minute binary option, for example, is a trade that lasts exactly 5 minutes from the moment you place it until it ends. The same applies to the other time frames. Plus, these are the most potentially, I say potentially because it has to be done right, profitable price ranges to trade. Watch again. The bouncing ball is all about price ranges. As you'll see in just a moment, the specific price pattern that Channel Ranger hunts for is a pattern found in nature, just as the ball bounced up and down and hit the same borders all the time. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. First of all, let's talk more about why binary options. Well, I'm sure that most people watching this won't even care about how this whole thing works, but if you're a little curious, I'm going to explain. In reality, all you really need to know is that our software was designed to do everything for you, behind the scenes. Now, I already said this, and it's so important. In any other market, to make decent money means I have to be right by 100, 200, 300, sometimes many more points to get any real profit. It's not just a case of getting the direction right. But with short-term binary options, I only need 1 point. You're really only betting on whether the price is going to go up or down. That makes it fast, and the potential for racking up massive profits is definitely there. But that's the problem. You've only got 2 options, call or put, up or down. Every bet is 50-50. In the other markets, people love trading when it's volatile because you get those great breakout trends that you can ride to profit. But you need moves of many points to make good money in these other markets. You're always trying to ride the next huge price movement. But those, 1, are hard to catch, and most tries result in losing trades, and 2, happen once in a bull moon. And if you don't have $100,000 waiting to ride that trend, then it's not really going to do much for your bank balance. Now, this up or down thing with binary options means I'm definitely not going to tell a bank to roll a pair of dice worth $100,000 when I've only got a 50% chance of being right. So what's the key? What you really want to do is bet frequently with a modest amount, relying on a high success rate in an environment that is not volatile. Ready? I'm going to tell you why our system is the most deadly automated money-making software in the world right now. I'm going to show you why we're so profitable and how, with simple, outside-the-box thinking, we use something as obvious as putting butter on toast to make a lot of money. The secret to making big money with binary options is not trading volatile environments. This is something that no other binary options trader would ever have thought of. The real secret is trading the price channels in a sideways market. I want you to understand what a sideways market is, so watch closely. First, this is what a volatile market looks like. The blue dot represents price movement. In a volatile market, price moves wildly. It jumps all over the place. It's nearly impossible to predict where it's going next. So, placing a call or put trade in this environment is suicide. That's why most people lose money with binary options. That's just gambling your money away. Now, here is what sideways, non-volatile markets look like. As you can see, price, represented by the blue dot, moves in a very clear, predefined sideways channel. It's very easy to predict where price is going next because it's now within a price channel. And when you get situations like this, when it's easy to predict where price is going next, it's the biggest cash cow of them all. I want to really dig into this concept so you understand just how powerful it is. This is a phenomenon that occurs several times a day on just about every currency pair there is. Steady, reliable, predictable price channels. Trading this kind of thing is certain death on any other market, but for binary options, well, just watch. Think about this in terms of me bouncing the ball. Here, when the price touches the upper limit of the channel, it goes down, so the software places a put trade. When price touches the lower limit of the channel, it then goes up, so the software places a call trade. Exactly like bouncing a basketball. It's the simplest thing in the world. Call and put, call and put, call and put, call and put, all the way until the price channel ends. And yes, the software knows to predict very accurately when that price channel is about to end, so it stops placing trades. This is what Channel Ranger does 5 days per week on 10 different currency pairs. Can you imagine the amount of money you could be making with this kind of repetitive action? Maybe you're thinking that, well, if this is so easy, and I've just told you what to do to conquer binary options, why can't you just do this yourself and make $1 million? Well, do you really think you'd be quick enough on the trigger to place those trades right on the bounce point? And as I explained, it's very hard to find these price channels. And when you do so with the help of the human eye. And that means you're too late. But even if you were able to spot the channels in time, do you honestly think you could effectively monitor 10 charts around the clock from Monday through to Friday? I mean, these channels occur multiple times each day across all currency pairs, but the majority of the day is just a mess of volatility, static, and nothingness. These channels come up just the way a breakout trend does, but they'll only last for a couple of minutes to a couple of hours. So when they're really short, the software places 60-second binary option trades. When they're longer, it can place trades lasting up to 60 minutes. Whatever the situation, you've got to be able to spot them and jump on them. Okay, so if it's that difficult to do, how did we get our software to be so profitable? Well, it's so simple that most people will wonder why they didn't think of it themselves. Remember at the beginning of the presentation when I told you we worked very hard to analyze a huge number of historical charts, price patterns, price trends, etc.? Well, we took the application developed to do that, which now has roughly 15 years worth of data to draw from, and reconfigured it to isolate price channels instead of breakouts and other price patterns. So it monitors the market until it finds the channel, then it measures the bandwidth of that channel, and then, well, it just bounces away. The software bombards the channel with calls and puts until the channel breaks. That's why we called it Channel Ranger. The result of this is a staggering 82% win rate, and it's worth around $20 per bounce, assuming small startup capital. With 80 to 200 bounces, well, trades, on an average day, you're looking at a very nice daily income of $1,600 to $4,000. Here's a quick rundown of what our Channel Ranger software does. It's the only software that trades binary option price ranges. Its accuracy rate is over 82%, so 8 trades out of 10 are profitable. It trades short-term binary options, the most profitable time frames for trading price ranges. It trades 10 currency pairs, the most profitable ones. It spots between 80 and 200 trades per day. You can easily make up to $4,000 per day, even with a tiny account, and the sky's the limit if you start bigger. It's totally automatic. Everything's done for you, from the price channel scanning to the recognition to the placing of trades. Thousands of dollars a day. Can you imagine what you do with that kind of money at your fingertips? Go on, indulge yourself for a minute. Or why don't you just take a look at some of the people that have already used Channel Ranger?
Devin, you guys are amazing. I never thought something like this could be possible. I owe you everything. I was in a really bad spot when a friend of mine recommended Channel Ranger to me. And let me tell you, you guys saved my life. I don't know how I'll ever be able to repay you. All I can promise is that I'm going to try to do something good with all this money, just like you asked us to. Thank you so much.
Devin, I really don't know how to explain this to anyone watching, just what Channel Ranger is like. To someone like me who's never had a decent break in life, this is the winning lottery ticket. I swear, this is really indescribable. There's money pouring into my account while I'm recording this for you. At this rate, I'm going to make twice what I made in a year, inside of 1 month. I'll never be able to repay you for what you've done for me, Devin. Thank you so much.
Devin, this is absolutely fantastic. I don't have the words to explain to you. 1 week with Channel Ranger, and the kids' school fees are paid for. My car, which had been annoying me for over a year, it's fixed. And now I'm saving for a holiday. It's just incredible. Thank you so much for introducing us to Channel Ranger. Really appreciate it. You are the best. Thank you. Thank you. Au revoir et à bientôt.
Namaste, Devon. I can't tell you how excited I am to be making this video. You know, when my husband saw Channel Ranger online, he said to me, Lakshmi, this will never work. I said, wait, we will try and see. Why you want to tell me what to do? Let me tell you, now even he is going shopping all the time with all the money we're making. Devon, we're making so much of money. Money is coming in continuously. I cannot express my gratitude for this incredible gift. Thank you so much, Devon. And let me tell you, my home is your home. You're welcome to come anytime, anytime you want to come. And for those of you watching at home, if you don't have Channel Ranger, what are you waiting for? You should get it straight away. Okay, thank you, Devon.
Devon, never in my wildest dreams did I ever think that something like Channel Ranger could exist. You are a miracle worker and a godsend. If I could kiss you on the lips right now, I'd do it. I can't even begin to tell you how much you've changed my life. It's only been a couple of days and I know that I'm finally ready to retire. I love you, Devon. My family loves you. Even my cats and my dogs love you. Guys, go out and get Channel Ranger now. What are you waiting for?
I could go on and on here, but what I think you really want is to be here with us in the winners group. Look, there are doers and there are watchers. As with anything in life, and it doesn't matter whether it's sports, business or whatever, there are those who do and those who watch. Channel Ranger is not for watchers. At least that's not the crowd we want in our team. And it's not just about making money. Life is for living. Money is just leverage. Sure, it's very, very important, but the unbridled pursuit of money alone, that's just greed. But I say this again, it's so important to make this jump in life, to take a step towards something you want. Let me show you something. It's not for the faint of heart. Ready?
Wait onto me. Right, let go with your hands. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go!
That's me. The very first time I did bungee jumping. It was always my dream to do a bungee jump. Now you might be thinking, what's the big deal? Well, for starters, things on video look much easier than they are in reality. Trust me. But do you know what acrophobia is? It's an extreme phobia of heights. And I'm a proud acrophobia sufferer. I hate, fear, you guessed it, heights. But it was still my dream. Don't ask me why, I don't know, but it was. Now listen to this. 13 times I stood on the edge and backed off. You heard right. 13 times. But I jumped in the end. I jumped because I go after my dreams. I never let my fear stop me from achieving something. True, I almost passed out from the shock and stress once I'd done it, but it was well worth it. You know why it was worth it? Because of that feeling that came afterwards. I can't really describe it, but trust me, it's the best feeling in the world. It's a feeling of achievement, of pride. I felt like I could do anything, like nothing could stop me from getting where I wanted to be in life. I think it's those moments. Moments when you face the challenge of an uncertain situation and you still take that step and go for it. That's what counts in life. That's what separates doers from watchers. Now, I'm not asking you to go bungee jumping here, but if you don't suffer from acrophobia, go for it. What I am telling you is that life is about taking steps that are important to you, about jumping, about chasing your dreams, about reaching for your goals. We're all hesitant about one thing or another, and that's okay. We're only human. But it's those who go for it who get ahead in life. And what it all comes down to is money. So I want to talk about money for a moment. Everyone, no matter who you are, needs money. And I'm certain that most people's goals are to make money. The more the better. Now, money shouldn't be your main goal in life, but it should be one of your main goals. We want a better lifestyle. We want a better future for ourselves and our families. We want more freedom. And yes, we want more peace of mind. Look, you won't be hearing me say, get rid of your 9-to-5 job. There's absolutely nothing wrong with working a steady job. I respect people that do it, and I don't judge. It's a matter of what you want from life. It's not my job to tell you what's good for you, but it is my job to tell you that if you want something better, if your goal is to grow financially secure, then I'm giving you the opportunity and you should jump at it. At the end of the day, I'm simply giving you a vehicle to achieve what you want. You can come back to this page 13 times, the same 13 times I walked away from that bridge when I was bungee jumping, but it won't matter. Unless you jump, like I finally jumped, nothing will happen. And that brings me to why we are giving away Channel Ranger at no cost. I think we can all agree that money is a necessity in life. We still don't live in a society that has done away with the concept of trading paper for services. We're dominated by this kind of outdated notion. So no matter what you do with your life, you need money to do it. If the greatest minds on the planet had come together, a simple thing like electricity would be free by now. But we still have to pay for it. We haven't even eliminated world hunger. We have countries that waste untold tons of food each day, and others where people are starving. This is another problem that should have been solved already. We still poison the world with carbon emissions from our exhaust fumes and dirty factories, even though the electric motor is becoming more viable every single day. We see all these problems, and yet few of us are in a position to try and fix any of it. Maybe we're dreamers, maybe we're idealists, but what we're not is unrealistic. Change takes time, and it must begin somewhere. We believe that in 100 years, money, the thing that holds back most people in the world, should be eliminated from the equation, at least to some degree. Maybe you think that's just a crazy idea, but if it takes hold, it'll spread like a virus. But the important thing is, the beginning starts here. Well, at least our small contribution to that beginning. If we can free just a small group of people from the shackles of want and need, then that's a beginning. Being financially free will enable you to help others crawl out from under the burden of the economic anvil. This is our goal. We have more than enough money, truly. Money is our last worry in life at this point. Many days I personally make over $30,000 with Channel Ranger. Don't get me wrong, I didn't start off making $30,000 a day. Like everyone else, I started with a small account, making $2,000 to $4,000. But I was smart, as you should be. And I reinvested my profits every week so I could reach this point where I make more money in one day than most make in a year. Anyway, sharing Channel Ranger is not so that some lazy person can watch TV all day or party every night. It's so that we can contribute to the overall goal of eventually having a better world than the one we live in today. Now, watch this clip I shot. It's actually much longer. These are just small excerpts. And see what goes through your mind. What you just watched is a vacation I took to Fiji. It's one of the most beautiful places on the planet, hands down. Fiji is an island country in Melanesia in the South Pacific Ocean. It's about 1,100 nautical miles. That's about 2,000 kilometers northeast of New Zealand's North Island. It's an archipelago of more than 332 islands, of which, and get this, only 110 are permanently inhabited. I visited the two major islands, Viti Levu and Vanua Levu. I particularly recommend Vanua Levu. Anyway, what went through your mind? Fancy vacations? Being rich and being able to afford this lifestyle? Well, and this is my personal opinion, those are great thoughts. But I do hope that something bigger went through your mind. How about freedom? Complete, unrestricted freedom. And how about peace of mind? In my personal opinion, life is about peace of mind. No matter how you look at it, when you have peace of mind, you live well. You can have that. you can live well, you can enjoy life. So I want to tell you what my offer is. A full license of Channel Ranger. We're not asking you to pay for or to purchase our technology. We think that's just unreasonable, and even if we wanted to sell it, few people could afford it. You've heard our view on life and our approach to helping, and our reasons for sharing Channel Ranger. With thousands of dollars being generated every day on 100% complete autopilot, there's very little that you won't be able to do. And you'll gain that peace of mind. Now this is very important, especially to me. Please remember that by taking Channel Ranger, well, let's just say that you're entering into a moral contract. This software was developed with the best of intentions, and we are giving it away in the same spirit. Now it's up to you. All you have to do is take it. As I said, when we started this project, we really wanted to do something different. We wanted to make a difference. This might be the single most important thing that we'll ever do with our lives, and it starts here, now, with you. Before I finish, I want to touch again on something that's so important. It was key for us in explaining how Channel Ranger works, why it works so well, what's behind this software. We know you now have a choice to make, join or not. We also know that if you join, you'll do it with peace of mind. That was our objective. To educate you as much as possible without getting too technical about our software. We believe that when it comes to your hard-earned money, it's important that you know the how and the why of things. It's important that you understand the reasons for the high profitability of Channel Ranger. Now, when you use Channel Ranger, you'll know why you're making money. I realize that most people don't care as long as they're making money, but some do. Hopefully you're one of them. So make that jump. Join us now. It's easy and it's fast. Bye for now. See you on the other side.